public holiday because we've got boats already heading out on the water, and we've got a couple of cars already up the beach as I've launched. We're going to give ourselves a chance at a mackerel today. That would be really nice. So a little bit of tuna in the fridge, freezer from last trip a fortnight ago. Make our way out to some marks and troll some lures on the way, and then perhaps once we're about halfway out we'll switch over to some baits if they've thawed enough, hopefully. Maybe I can just get one in the water to thaw shortly. Might thaw out a little bit faster moving. Water temperature is nearly 24 degrees, 23.8. In theory we should be in with a chance. Low tide was looking maybe a little murky, but only really around first light at the moment. Sun doesn't rise for a bit longer yet, so try to make the most of it. Slight tailwind. That wind should probably realistically drop out a fraction more, but should swing around to the south a bit later on. Should be a pleasant day all around though. See if the fishing follow suit. The worry is always that it might not. We'll see. In the distance there, I'm watching a bird fly through the light from a very nice little sunrise. Plenty of boats on the water already. I've seen them moving around. Got one headed my way now at a distance, and the beach is more like a highway with the amount of cars starting to head up there. So public holiday, nice looking day in front of us. Winds should be below 10 knots, should be 5 to 10 knots at the top, but realistically it might top out at about 7 or 8 knots perhaps. Hoping for a really nice, good, calm sort of a day on the water from a paddling point of view, but hoping we can get ourselves a decent fish. Keep our eyes open for any bird activity. The bait side of things has been really actually quiet, which is not promising, but hopefully that means it's all concentrated to where I'm headed. A fortnight ago when I was out, there was a lot of bait sort of scattered everywhere, and the tuna bust-ups were popping up all over the place. It meant that they could pop up right beside you when you least expected it, and sort of just needed to have a rod ready to cast right then and there. The light's starting to get up enough for the birds to start to do their thing. So I'll keep an eye on the birds, they can keep an eye on the water for me, and let's see if we come up a fish. I got it on, but it doesn't feel like it's very big. I really think it's going to be a shark. And perhaps just a small one. It's not really giving me anything. Yeah, a little shark it is. Almost an embarrassing little shark. There, the wee little fella. Certainly cheeky little. That was not graceful. the sharks are seeing it, and hopefully the fish will be soon too. I feel like this is probably going to be a sharky zone, and just put out a first pilly. We're still a kilometre off my marks, but I hope that there's something skirting the outsides of it. We'll have that bait out. A couple of bigger boats heading out today, and it's to be expected because the next couple of days look absolutely spot on for being on the water. Trying to find where the fish are and where the fish want to be feeding, but everybody will have their ideas on where to go. I'm just going as wide as I can feel comfortable. We'll see if it's not happening, maybe I'll just explore around for some other little patches of rubble, see if that's holding the bait. But first plan is just to get to my normal marks, because I know it often holds little patches of bait, and often that holds some pretty nice fish. I'm just coming up on some marks. We've got our couple of baits out, a gar and a pilly. I don't know, I'm just not entirely sure. It might end up being a bit of a bust and more of a fitness paddle in the end, but we'll keep positive. There's a bit of bait there now, and we're not quite on the reef yet, so it might surprise us. Yeah, certainly a couple of lines there. Plenty of sharks cruise around here, certainly some big sharks as well. You don't want them to hassle me too much if I can help it. Alright, should be on here. There's enough marks down deep for us to have some competition over this one. We'll have a shark on that one. there's enough marks down there to keep me interested. We'll stick to a bit of a plan though. We'll cruise around and see if we can figure out where the bait's holding. See if we can pick up a mackerel while we're at it. I'm getting the feeling that it's actually going to be slim pickings out here today. Zero bird action, which means the bait is not going to be very heavy in here. It doesn't always follow that I won't catch fish, but it's looking a little bit ominous for me. Coming up to a change in the tide, maybe things will swing around after that though, so spend a couple of hours out this way and think of a plan. Feels more shark-like than anything. It's gonna be shark. That's sharky, surely. Not huge. Looks like it's sitting fairly high. It's all running around. Uh-oh. Those runs, they're very sharky. So sitting down about 8 meters. Oh, it's a mackerel. Good fish too. Yes! You beauty. Yeah, that's nice. That is very nice. Where we pin you? In the mouth and in the corner of the eye. Yes. Beauty. I wasn't certain of that. Was not certain. one good fish. That's heavy too, hey? Yes! That's what we've come here for. Woohoo! Well, wasn't long ago that I've been talking about it being a bit quiet and not seeming promising, and then I pull up to drop a lure, drop the noodle down on a bit of a mark. Wasn't a really solid mark either, so not that interesting, but went to drop a lure on a mark, and then the line took off, and fairly long solid run, then started doing big sort of arcs. I thought it was going to be a shark for sure, but very, very happy to come up with a really nice mackerel. It's not a giant, we're not talking in the metre 50 sort of club, but it's a very big, well muscled fish, so that'll go very nicely in home. There's a few little marks in the water around here as well, so we'll keep going for just a little bit longer, maybe a lot longer, yeah, we'll see. Don't want to go too long and spoil the fish. We'll make our way back over the reef and see if we can find some marks and perhaps drop on those. That fish certainly puts a different complexion on the morning. It started to look a little bit concerningly dull beneath the surface, but that fish coming up makes the paddles definitely worthwhile. I don't entirely want to get another Spanish hooked up. There's if I upsize, I can donate to a boat. A couple of boats heading towards me now. A fair clip too, so see what they're up to. Move back over the reef, that's where I hooked up to that Spanish. Okay, here we go. That is a proper fish. I think we've lost it. A lot of line that it's taken. And just pulled the hooks. Well, isn't that disappointing? I mean, it could have been a big shark. Hooks are still intact. Drag wasn't, I mean, it's nice. It's a nice sort of drag. Holy Jesus. It's a decent shark down there. That one wasn't a hammer. Put another one on there. I'll do this area again. Heck of a good fish. Whatever it was. Even if it was a shark, it was a decent bloody shark. And again, thinking quite possibly a shark. It was a bit of a poor run to begin with, so more flicking and fussing around like a small shark. Seemingly meekly like a small shark. It's a big enough shark to be a problem, that's for sure. The guy was sitting there doing nothing. There's my fish fly. Come on. Heck of a good finger mark. Don't lose it. Yes, we got ya. Broke a rod in the process, but we got ya. That's what I thought would be down there. Wow, that's my fault. It was fighting hard and I was bound to be in for a fight, but I missed it. But we got the fish. Don't lose it. I've got a bit of a mess there, but it's a nice fish nonetheless. We got the fish in the end. It's what I had been hoping for down there, but not with a broken rod. Well, sacrificed the rod there and that was completely my fault. Disappointing, but very glad to get the fish in the end. It's one expensive fish, but we got one. Would like to pick one up on a jig or a metal or something, but it's just not happening. I was dropping one down amongst that bait school and still couldn't manage to entice one on a lure, so keep going. We might be able to push up. I've still got a bait out the back. Alright, all the boats are turning up now and they're going to be quite disappointed because the action's pretty slow. Do a lap part way down the reef, see if I can pick up some schools, and if not, a little spot that I've got just off the side. A lot of boats getting around early today, but we knew that with the weather conditions. Pretty spot on for it, so two good fish on the one rod. I've switched a heavier rig over to the other rod now. Pretty disappointing to break that rod really, but it's a good one to replace, so we might look at doing that.